For this next exercise, I'm going to show how to set up the instant and average functions on the C1000 so you can monitor your fuel usages, gallons per acre, and then your productivity. What I'm going to go and do is select my instant. So I'm going to go ahead, select one of my windows, select in on it, and then I want to choose my instant. Now on my instant, you can see right now I have different fuel or different readings here. What I need to do first is I need to set up an actual job or a task. So I'm going to use that same yellow icon to select in. Now in here you can see I got my work trigger named as M1, so that's the job name. Now you're going to want to name these if you do want to set up a different one for planting and maybe for tillage. You want your hydraulic settings set different, maybe the way your transmission works a little different. You can have different jobs set up to operate the tractor differently. So what I want to go and do is I want to name a new one. So the first thing I got to do is stop the task. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Okay. And now I want to name a new. So I'm going to go ahead, top right icon. Now in here you can set up your memory name. So I want to go ahead and name that. So I'm going to use my encoder to select in. And then you can clear. And then name it. So I'm just going to name this tillage. And then you can put in an implement name. I'm going to leave it as the default. If you did want to name your tillage implement, you could do it. Your work trigger. Now this is where you're going to select how you want it to trigger. So now if it's a disc and you're using number 1 to raise or lower the disc, this is where you're going to want to set it. So if you're pushing the lever forward, that is going to be a trigger with the arrow coming in. Okay, if you are pulling the lever back, that is going to be the arrow going in extend. So you can set up many different triggers depending on what's actually setting that implement in the ground or what's triggering that implement on. There's many different options here. Once you have that set, I'm going to go ahead and set it to my retract and then hit my check. Now you can see I got my retract number 1. In here you're going to put your implement width. So I'm going to go ahead, this is a 33-foot disc. Go ahead and select in on there. And then you're going to hit start. Okay, at this point you can see everything turns green here. You can see it also turned green on my C1000 Information Center. You can go and hit escape to get out. Now you can see that you have your tillage. Right now you can see I have all my data there from previous operations. If you want to reset that, you can go and hit reset down on the bottom here. Select maybe one of them, or I like to do all of them. Now I can go ahead and hit my check. And then it's going to reset all my counters to 0. Okay. Now you can hit escape here to get out of there. Now you can see you can either go into your instant or your average, and this will give you different readings for that job. You can see your gallons per acre, gallons per hour here. All right, hours worked, many different options there. That is how you set up your instant and average functions on the C1000.